Okay, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Listen, I'm just gonna let you know that I've got the windows open in the car, and you might get a little bit of background noise. So excuse me if you do. Yeah. Anyway, so it's like 20 degrees here in North Manchester. It's hot out here, man. It's hot. So listen, first off, I want to give a big shout out to Loz D Punch Out TV. Shout out to brother Loz, because listen. Loz announced that he was not, going to be taking a little step back from YouTube for a little while, and then a week later he's done a U-turn, and you know what? I'm happy to hear that he's back. All right, I'm happy to hear his content as well. There's a lot of people out here that enjoy Loz's content, and a lot of people show a lot of support for Loz and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that were upset, weren't too happy when they found out that he was taking a step back from his channel, but now Loz is back. I'm looking forward to listening to your content, mate. So anyway, look, I wanted to talk about a few things in boxing. I haven't got around to making any videos myself because sometimes videos can be a bit draining. I've just been concentrating on other things. So, sometimes I might take a step back myself for a few weeks, if I don't feel like it and then I'll come back. But, is what it is what it is anyway. So basically, I want to talk about obviously what's been going on recently between Turki Alashisk, the whole thing with Canelo, Terence Crawford and stuff like that. Apologies, got someone in the background walking past. I think he's on the phone. Yeah, anyway, right, look, Turkey. Let's start off with Turkey and Canelo. Right, there was a little bit of a back and forth between the two of them. Turki Alashisk being the new man in boxing that's making moves, getting some good fights. He's put on a couple of fights recently. His first one he's put on abroad outside of Saudi Arabia. The first one in America. It's been criticised, it's been criticised. A lot of people have criticised Terence Crawford's performance. They've criticised Turkey as to why did he put Terence Crawford as a main event in California. There's a valid point there, a very valid point there, because you had Andy Ruiz on the card fighting Gerard Miller, Big Baby Miller, and you also had Isaac Cruz against El Rayo. So, the Mexican crowd did show up, but Terence Crawford being the main event was somewhat of a problem. So maybe Turkey's going to have to look at that with his people and work out next time when he does a card to try and, the American market's a little bit different from what it is over here in the UK. So, you got to treat them a bit different. I'm going to be getting into something along them subjects as well when I'm talking about the American market. But anyway, Turkey got criticised for that, and so did Terence Crawford. The American market. Do you remember a few years back when DAZN and Eddie Hearn went over there? And Eddie Hearn, in a similar fashion, because a lot of people saying that Turki Alashisk is becoming cocky at the moment, right? A lot of people are saying this. So I'm going to draw a comparison. Eddie Hearn came over to the United States, waving around a checkbook saying he's got loads of money to sign loads of fighters. DAZN are the new thing. DAZN got called the dead zone. No one wants to see no one fight on the app. Leonard Ellaby famously labeled it the dead zone. Stuff like that, everyone was like, no fight that. Floyd Mayweather said it himself. Since then, we've had Floyd Mayweather fight on DAZN against Logan Paul. He's got another fight coming up on DAZN against John Gotti Jr. Right, so Floyd has said bad. He's come out and said not so great things about DAZN, saying DAZN, they're an app, this, that, whatever. PBC is the way forward, pay-per-view. Floyd's now fighting on DAZN. Leonard Ellaby labelled it the dead zone. Need I say much more? A lot of the American fighters were putting down DAZN, saying DAZN, they're going to stay with the PBC, lower the PBC. But now, in 2024, right, 2024, we look at the horizon, and we look through the horizon, we see DAZN are now taking over boxing in Europe, and America. We'll say worldwide now, right? They seem to be the leaders when it comes to broadcasting boxing. And a lot of these American fighters now want to get onto that framework. Apart from two fighters. That's Canelo Alvarez, who I just mentioned, and Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, why do these two fighters seem to have a problem with Turki Alashisk and the way things are moving forward in boxing right now? right? Because this is what I'm going to say. A lot of people who are trying to, resist the I would say a hostile takeover from Turki Alashisk, they might be eventually be found to be put on the wayside, be left by the wayside, or just left in the dark, or put on the sidelines, because Turkey is investing big money in boxing. He's not afraid to get the checkbook out and sign and put his money where his mouth is. He's making the biggest fights. A lot of the fighters who we're not sure where they really stand in any of their divisions, we're now seeing where they stand, especially in the heavyweight division, right? Ajit Kabayel has come to life. Frank Sanchez has been exposed. We're getting some good fights. Dubois versus AJ coming up. We've had Undisputed already, right? So, listen, with Canelo and Turkey, because that was a main point, and I didn't really address it, so I apologize. Turkey and Canelo. Turkey wants Canelo to fight Crawford or Benavidez. At one stage, Benavidez, he couldn't make that fight because Canelo asked for too much money. Canelo said, this is what Canelo said: "What do I gain out of a Benavidez fight?" He goes, all it is, he's going to come in an extra, whatever it was, I can't remember how many, extra 40 pounds or something like that, he said. Right, that's all I'm going to gain from that fight. So he's basically saying that Benavidez is too big for him. But Canelo doesn't mind moving up to fight Dmitry Bivol, where he got his ass whipped. He didn't mind moving up to fight Sergey Kovalev, where he nicked a win. And he was actually flirting with the fight with Makabu, right? He went to fight Makabu, and he also tried to coax Badu Jack into a death fight, basically, to drain himself down into Canelo weight, to fight Canelo. You understand what I mean? So he doesn't mind going up to fight these guys, but he doesn't want to fight Benavidez. That's a problem. That's a problem I have with Canelo. So anyway, Turkey couldn't make that fight with Benavidez. So then Crawford comes up and says he wants to fight. Now you got to remember this. After Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence, Canelo's words were, "Crawford is an excellent fighter, pound for pound, one of the best fighters of this generation." He was singing Terence Crawford's praises, but a very technical boxer. He's great. This is when Canelo had no inkling in his mind that Terence Crawford was scheming to move up at some point to even try and take him on, even though he had moved up to 168, because Canelo thought he was safe at 168. And Crawford's such a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He's very technical. He's very English speaking Canelo now. Don't get me wrong, I might be calling out Canelo for his ducking, but English speaking Canelo's a savage. I ain't gonna lie, he made me laugh in that Berlanga press conference. Even though I was pissed off of him, he made me laugh. But anyway, so he's praising Crawford and his performance against Spence. But now Terence Crawford's, saying, yeah, I want to fight Canelo. I want to fight you, Canelo. Canelo's like, no. Why not, Canelo? Oh, he's coming from a smaller weight. I don't gain nothing from that fight. Oh, he's a smaller guy. If I win, nobody's going to give me no respect. What are you talking about? This is a two-time undisputed champion, right? No, he's going to run too much. He's going to move. He's going to run too much. What do you mean he's going to run? I've never known Terence Crawford to be a runner. Terence Crawford's not a runner. 11 straight knockouts. All right, he had the fight against Madrimov. I know, it was a points victory. But how many times has Canelo gone to points? Crawford's gonna run. I'm like, so Benavidez is too big, and Crawford's going to run. But then he says to Turki Alashisk, if we're gonna do business, we're gonna do it on my terms. This is what Canelo said to Turkey. We're gonna do business on my terms. So Benavidez is too big. Crawford is gonna run. He's too small. He's gonna run away from me. Yeah. But let's do business on my terms. So what are you saying? What does that tell you? If anyone with any type of IQ in there, or can work out what Canelo's trying to say, he's trying to say, I'm going to pick easy fights for myself. I'm going to pick fights I think, I'm going to win. And probably look good winning as well. And he doesn't care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what people think. Listen, if you can fight Jamel Charlo, right? Jamel Charlo, he entertained that fight with Jamal Charlo, and he wanted to fight Jamal Charlo as well. If he could entertain that fight, why can't he fight Crawford? Why can Canelo not fight Crawford if he can fight Jamal Charlo? I don't get it. He beat Jamal Charlo easy. And if, you know, Canelo loves an easy fight. So if Crawford's small, you know, he doesn't get no credit, go and fight Crawford. Fight Crawford. Listen, I'm not saying to anybody that Crawford can win the fight. I'm not saying, I haven't actually assessed it properly, right? But one thing I can say is I would like to see Crawford try to beat Canelo. I definitely would love to see Crawford try to beat Canelo, right? Does he have a chance of winning that fight? I believe he has a chance. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but does he have a chance? Of course he has a chance. I think Canelo knows he has a chance as well. That's why he's reluctant. I know Canelo knows that Crawford's gonna stand a better chance than Jamel did. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna move on now. I'm gonna address a few comments from Gervonta Tank Davis, and then let's just draw this to an end. Been going on for a bit. So look, Tank Davis came out, and he's obviously made his comments to Turki Alashisk, saying that Turkey's only paying fighters and pulling these fighters together that can't sell. He's saying the guys that can't sell are the ones that are on the cards now. Turkey can get any, and the ones Turkey's finding it hard to sign the big names. I'm going to tell you something quickly now. Right now, as it stands, Canelo Alvarez and Tank Davis are two of the biggest commodities over there in Las Americas, yeah, Las Americas. Turki Alashisk is trying to change the landscape of it. He's also got the backing of DAZN, who are now the biggest broadcasters for boxing at the moment, right? With all the promotions that Frank Warren will be going, when Queensby will be going to DAZN very soon. Matchroom are there already, right? They seem to have Sky in pocket because they're giving Sky like the rights to play some of their fights and stuff like that. So they seem like they got Sky in their pocket as well. So Sky is going to be compliant to them as well, right? So look, hang on a second, I'm trying to get clear off the screen. Turki Alashisk it's a hostile move. He's going over to the States, and it's gonna be a hostile takeover. You guys might try to resist. I know you're trying to resist, but you know what?